Hey YouTube, Pete Two Finger here with a recommendation. Brian Johnson's Life on the Road. So Brian Johnson is the singer from AC/DC. Now, of course, the original singer, Bon Scott, passed away. Back in Black was the album which introduced us to Brian Johnson. So there's a debate. Real AC/DC fans will always champion Bon Scott, but that's not the point here. The point is, Brian Johnson's made this show. It's got 2 seasons. And let's take a look. I'll go over here. I've got this. Oh, where is it? See, the thing is about Brian Johnson's Life on the Road is that YouTube is not letting a lot of the episodes through due to copyright. So you can watch some of the episodes of this are on the Nick Mason, who is the drummer from Pink Floyd, um, the guy from I forget his name, Joe Elliott, I think, uh, from Def Leppard, and a few more. Like here's the Roger Daltrey episode, but really not too many of them are available. And the premise of the show is Brian Johnson rolls into town, meets up with the contestant of the week, and he sits down with them and they discuss this career. So they tell stories of life on the road, their bandmates, the ups and downs, the whole rock and roll thing is all laid out. And it's a really enjoyable format. Brian Johnson is pleasant. He's funny. Um, he's got a thick accent, I'll say that. But he's a really good host, and he seems like an even keeled kind of guy. He's perfect host for this, and the episodes are all interesting. Even the Def Leppard one. Well, I gotta say, Def Leppard is one of those bands. I guess it's better if I just say no comment. It always seemed like that was for little children. That the Def Leppard was for really stupid, like women that did not know how to be monogamous. Champion Def Leppard, but like it's stripper music, isn't it? Isn't that what that is? Def Leppard. Anyway, if you take a look over here on primewire, you'll find a link, and it shows here season 2: Dolly Parton, Billy Joel, Mark Knopfler, Mick Fleetwood, Joe Walsh, and Paul Rogers. I would really like to see the Joe Walsh and the Paul Rogers episode. Mark Knopfler one might be interesting, and I mean, I'm sure ultimately, honestly, I would want to watch all of these. That's the type of content that I'm rabid for. I really like this type of content. Unfortunately, there's no links for that. What we do have is um, the Sting episode and the Robert Plant episode are 2 episodes that are not on YouTube. You can watch the Roger Daltrey, Lars Ulrich, that's a big word. Lars Ulrich, Nick Mason, and Joe Elliott episodes are all up on YouTube, but the Sting is not for copyright reasons, and the Robert Plant episode is not. I went today and attempted to watch the Robert Plant episode, and none of the 11 links were streaming it. Um, it was either my modem needs to be rebooted, or I remember testing my speed, and it was running at like 3. So maybe my internet was just so. Anyway, what I ended up doing, I went through the. Yeah, see, this was running at 3 this morning, so my internet was slow. Uh, but the point being that if you go to one of these links and it keeps reloading, you can't watch it because it keeps buffering. You can download. Okay. Like here, I'm showing you, I'm clicking on these 11 links. Here they are. Not all of them are going to allow you to download, but if you go through it, and I'm going to warn you about these pop-ups. Like this one here. I'm not sure if this is going to let me download. Yeah, I found one of the 11 was I was able to actually download it, and I have the episode. So that's the way around it. Mind you, maybe you want to use a VPN. Don't come to me if you get a nasty letter from your ISP. But I mean, keep in mind this is 2017 content. This is old. I don't think you're gonna get in trouble for streaming an episode of this. But I really did enjoy it. The Nick Mason episode is pretty cool. Not so much because of the Pink Floyd stuff. I mean, yeah, it's neat to hear that story told. They really focused on the post Roger Waters touring stuff, which I really didn't care for that. I mean, the shows were incredible and everything, but it was a bunch of people up on a stage playing Roger Waters music, and he wasn't there. So, as a fan, it left a real kind of, it really undercut the whole proceedings. Even though it was incredible, and that was the most spectacular concert I ever witnessed in my life, was that second time Dave Gilmour took Pink Floyd out with him at the helm. It was called the Pulse Tour. It was incredible, but it merely lacked any soul, any heart, because it was ridiculous. It didn't mean anything. It was confusing. It was trying to kind of tell a story with these movies they'd put together, and David Gilmour's idea of what Pink Floyd should be, but ultimately it was really, really lacking with any kind of soul or message. So that was the one thing about watching the Nick Mason episode that was a bit of a bummer, because I'm a real Pink Floyd fan and I lean towards Roger Waters. But seeing his garage and his part of his collection of automobiles was really neat. I'm going to be watching the Robert Plant episode in just a few moments. Me and my old lady are going to check that out, and I wanted to share this with you guys, as I do anytime I run into anything that I think is good. I take time out of my life to make a video to share that with you guys. So I hope you appreciate that. Leave me a nice comment at some point if you do check something out that I recommend. I would appreciate a comment back. Take care of yourselves, and peace.